Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity to not only thank Mr. Lekulo for the long service that he has rendered not to the National Assembly, but to the people and the Republic of Kenya. But lastly, in the last 19 years of public service in the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, for those who have bothered to dig a little bit about the service of the Sergeant at Arms of the National Assembly, will appreciate the huge role that Mr. Lekulo has played in bringing civility in the conduct of the work of Sergeant at Arms in the National Assembly, and indeed through him, training officers that are even serving in the Senate as Sergeant at Arms, and officers who serve us with a lot of civility, very diligent officers led by Mr. Lekulo. Honorable Speaker, as you have said in your communication, Mr. Lekulo, having come from the public administration, having served as a DO, brought with him that civilian service attitude into the National Assembly. And for those who have learned a little bit the history of this House, and for people like you, Honorable Speaker, who have been here long enough to know that there's a time when Sergeant at Arms were largely from the military and the police service. And I'm told, Honorable Speaker, by your predecessors and older members like Honorable Kainan, that there's a time there was actually some sort of tiff between officers who came from the military, because there was a captain and a major who were serving, and one being senior to the other. There was a lot of friction. But Mr. Lekulo brought in very good order in this service, and he has served not just his juniors, but also members of parliament with a lot of civility, and encourage those of the younger officers who serve under him to serve as diligently as he has served the people of Kenya, and more specifically members of parliament, Honorable Speaker. We have seen over the years, Honorable Speaker, right from the time when I joined this House back in 2013 during the security laws, a fist fight here, Honorable Speaker, where you are visiting a member in the Speaker's gallery. But it took the Sergeant at Arms a lot of effort.
I'll never forget that day. A member from Nakuru called Kimani boxed me up there. Go on.
And Honorable Speaker, you know, why not for Mr. Lekulo and other diligent servicemen who serve in the Sergeant at Arms office, a lot of things would have happened, unpleasant things, Honorable Speaker. And I'm saying that, Honorable Speaker, because even now, in a House where you have 349 political leaders from diverse backgrounds, with different levels of their egos, dealing with a political class like this in a House like this, Honorable Speaker, who at times may decide to be very dishonorable, Honorable Speaker, it takes the civility and the dignified conduct of work that Mr. Lekulo has set out in the service that they serve in as Sergeant at Arms to at times bring order in a very disorderly place. And I must congratulate Mr. Lekulo and thank him for the service, as I said, he has rendered to the people of Kenya by rendering great service to the people's representatives who sit in this House. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, if there are people who deserve post-retirement to serve in boards, in government, and I hope the head of public service and ministers who have served in this House and been served by Mr. Lekulo, when there is opportunity to identify men and women of integrity to serve in boards of our parastatals, Mr. Lekulo is one such man who must not be left out. And we must ensure, Honorable Speaker, and we will work to ensure that Mr. Lekulo goes on to serve in boards of government agencies, because he deserves it, Honorable Speaker, and is a man of unquestionable integrity, and a man who represents a very small community in this country, Honorable Speaker, and I'm sure many members of Parliament may not know that Mr. Lekulo comes from the El Molo community, the smallest community in this country. And if an El Molo could rise from being a student to qualify to be a public administrator as a DO and rise to the high office of the Chief Sergeant at Arms of the National Assembly, it tells you that any child in Kenya can be anything that they desire to be and they work to be. And Mr. Lekulo remains a shining example to not only the El Molo community, but to also other marginalized and small communities in this country, that they have a chance. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, I want to address you. As the chair of the Parliamentary Service Commission, the El Molo community have lost one position in the National Assembly. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I thought the mic had gone off because I was addressing you. Honorable Speaker was saying this is a house that represents not just the people, but represents equity in our nation. And it is important, Honorable Speaker, that this position that Mr. Lekulo held, that was held by a man of great repute from the Molo community, that the commission works to ensure that we get more El Molos to serve in the National Assembly, so that all the people of Kenya, when they are represented by members of parliament, can also see the face of their communities in the staff establishment within the National Assembly. And I must, Honorable Speaker, congratulate the Parliamentary Service Commission that has ensured that this House becomes a hallmark of actual equitable representation of people within our staff establishment, Honorable Speaker. And with that, again, Mr. Lekulo, congratulations. And in all your future endeavors, may you continue serving with the diligence and dedication that you have served us as the people's representatives, and in your service to us, you have served the people of Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Junet.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for granting me this opportunity to bid farewell to a distinguished officer of Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the outgoing Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Lekulo, this moment, Mr. Speaker, is both emotional because, Mr. Speaker, since I came to this Parliament, I have known Mr. Lekulo as the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, Mr. Lekulo looked soft-spoken, but he was very firm when he wants to make a decision. And when there were issues of security or disorder in the House, Mr. Speaker, is well you will know who Mr. Lekulo is, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, personally, I had an interaction with him in the 11th Parliament, Mr. Speaker. That time I was a very vibrant and a bit disorderly politician, and I used to have a lot of problems with the DCI. Mr. Speaker, they will look for me in town and they can't find me, and they will serve the summons through Mr. Lekulo. And one day I was hiding in someone's house. My wife called me, I don't know how we got her number, and told me somebody called Mr. Lekulo has called, and he has said the police is looking for you. And he has the summons, tomorrow morning go to Parliament and collect the summons. So, Mr. Speaker, I didn't come to Parliament. I went to Nation to do an interview in the morning. And the Nation people promised me they will hide me after the interview. And when I just walked out, I found the DCI inside the studio where we were doing the interview, Mr. Speaker. I wish I had followed Lekulo's instructions that I come to Parliament to collect the summons so that I can go to the DCI, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a man who knew what he was doing. This is a man who has served this country with dedication, this institution, Mr. Speaker, with dedication. This is a man that we are going to miss as parliamentarians, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the